Oh shoot, we live. We
What's
live.
up? What's up? We live.
I
We
forgot to turn
live.
down my
All
volume.
right. Well, happy New Year to
Hey.
everybody. Happy New Year. We made it. I know, right?
Happy
It's a celebration. Some people didn't make
great.
it. Well, shoot, some people didn't make it. It did make it into the New Year. So we're grateful to just be alive. But happy
Right.
New Year to everyone out there. Glad to be back. We are
Happy New
Man
Year.
Me Too. Carl got the shirt on and it simply says Man
Me
with
too.
three N's. Me Too. And we are back. This is our first episode of the new year in 2021, right? Um we I'm so proud of where we came from. Like we straight had 10 episodes last year and we didn't start until the middle of the year for real. And so hey man, I'm proud
Right.
of you, bro. I feel like we did some good work, had some
Man.
good conversations. And so I'm just glad to be back.
Man, we was talking about doing this for a while. It took a pandemic to force us into it.
Right. That's the crazy thing. Yeah. We
Now,
definitely
I,
was
I
trying
got one
to.
thing to say about the new year, okay? And I'm happy to be here and all that. But I saw a funny meme yesterday. Somebody posted, uh, I want to cancel my subscription to 2021. The 7 day
Ooh.
free trial was enough for me.
Ooh, wow.
And,
That's
that
interesting.
goes along with what the craziness that went on yesterday that we'll get into later. But
Man.
welcome. We back, baby.
Welcome. I'm excited to be here today. I've been we've been anticipating this show for a while now, just even, coming back, and so we've had some good planning meeting time, and just to see where this show is going. But we just want to say hello to everyone again, happy new year. And we're grateful for this to be our 11th show, and so
Eleven.
I'm excited to see what this year brings. So for if you all can do us a favor, we are Man Me Too, man with three N's, and I just want you all, for everyone that's maybe on right now, to just share this show, comment, tell somebody that we're on, tell somebody to join the conversation. We're Man Me
Yes.
Too, and we want you to join this conversation. This is not just a conversation between me and Carl, but this is a conversation for all of us. Um, we are out here to have a platform where men can speak on issues that we don't normally get a chance to speak about. And we want to shatter the silence of men and start the community of healing, love, and laughter. So that's what we're geared towards for those who may be new, who may be logged in. Like, what are they talking about? Where are they coming from? We are out here for the men. We want to make sure that we have a platform for us to share our laughter, our frustrations, our conversation. Sometimes just having a conversation, questions get answered without you actually asking the question. So that's what we're all about. And so if you all can do me a favor, and I guess I'll come back to it, but can you all make sure that you all share the show? We also have a YouTube page that we want you all to go to as well. It's on Man Me Too on YouTube, and just like, comment, and definitely we want you to subscribe to that. Make sure you hit the the notification bell, and hit all. It should be like right above it or right below it, one or two. So anytime we put any content up, or you may want to go back and look at it, thing that you can see that you can be notified that we have new content or any of those things. Also, we want you all, if you all have any questions, comments, or concerns, and we'll go into some other stuff about that. But email us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear the topics. We want to hear questions you may have or any concerns you may have. Like, we're not scared
Yeah.
to answer those questions. So yeah, email us at man with three N's. Everybody say man with three N's. Me too. So METOO. So MANNNMETOO. So that's man with three N's.
No, Scooter,
Me
you ain't
too
saying
at
it right, man.
Gmail.
Man, you ain't saying it right, Scooter. You gotta
Shoot,
say,
I'm messing up.
man. Me too.
Man, me too at gmail.com. So yeah, that's exactly who we are. We realize that we all have some of the same issues. And sometimes when you're going through things in life, you feel like you all by
Feel like you
yourself.
out
But we're here
there,
to let you
you on
know
the
that,
island.
man, you going through it? Me too. Your boss be
Me too,
tripping?
bro.
Man, me too. Your wife be
Don't,
tripping?
don't
Man, me too.
wait, Scooter. Don't give him too much
I'm
right
dead.
now,
I'm
man.
dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
This is a sneak
I'm dead.
peek
I don't
right
want to
there,
give too
okay?
much. Yeah, that was just a little sneak peek. But yeah, man, me too. I go through some of those same things. So that's what we're all about. We're again excited to have you all on, whether you are a female or you are a male. We really want to, and of course, it's geared towards males because we want them to speak out and have the conversation. But women, you all are welcome as well. You all may learn something about us. A lot of times
Get
men
some
don't talk
insight.
about how they feel. They don't talk about what they're going through. And so maybe you all can learn something, or you all can give us some insight on some things. So we appreciate when you comment in the comment section. We appreciate when you all join the conversation with us, and we just appreciate you logging on. So again, share the show with us. Carl, you can go. You got anything to say?
No, I just want to let everybody know we can see the chat, so we want participation. This is not a this ain't no movie. This ain't no. We don't want y'all just out here watching us. Talk with your boys. We want an open dialogue going on. So if y'all on here say what's up, we gonna say what's up back.
That's right. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. So normally, guys, we normally start the show off with some "Would you rather" questions, and guess what? That's what we're going to do tonight. So how this works is I normally ask the question to Carl, and we kind of converse back and forth about whatever the we would rather do. But you all can put in the comment section what you would rather do as well. And if we see that,
What you do?
we can shout it out, or we can put it up on the screen. So make sure that you all are engaging in the conversation with us. So everybody say, would you rather? All right. Would you rather? The first question is, are you ready, Carl?
I'm ready.
All right. So would you rather have spicy food or bland food for the rest of your life?
That don't sound too good. Wait. I missed a piece of it.
Would you rather, and this is to everybody, would you rather have spicy food or would you rather have bland food for the rest of your life?
Ooh, spicy or bland? Ooh, cause spicy gonna come with some flavor. Bland is just you might as well go eat some plain steamed broccoli. But man, spicy might. I'm gonna go with spicy because I can't eat no bland food every day. It might make you lose some weight though, because you wouldn't want to
Really?
eat that much. You'd be like, man, I don't even want to eat that, bro. What about you, man? I'm going spicy. What you going with?
You know what? I didn't even think about it from that standpoint when you say like you probably lose more weight because when it's something that's not that tasty, or you don't even want to eat it, and so you kind of
Like
really pushing
when I
yourself
went
to
through
eat
that
it.
when I went through that spell where you can't taste and can't smell, it's like, man, eating is kind of stupid. Like you can't even you can't even enjoy it. It's just like
Right. So for me, I guess I would have to still say spicy. If I just had to go off of my taste buds, I would have to say spicy. I actually already eat spicy food a lot. I know it's not always that healthy, but I really like spicy food. I like spicy chips, spicy popcorn. I like spicy stuff.
I like stuff
I
that
like
tastes.
Mexican food with
I like stuff that tastes like something.
yeah. So if I had to eat bland food for the rest of my life, I would just have to try to
Yeah, that
find
would
me some
be
healthy spicy
terrible.
food. So
Right.
y'all put in the comment section what you all would put, and we'll. But for me, yeah,
So
it
we
would
got
definitely have
we
to probably
got
be spicy.
we got one for spicy. We got Simone on the spicy. You know, she be over here eating hot Cheetos though. So these young folks. See, when you get
Right,
older,
right.
you
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 know
can't be
what?
doing
Young
that
people
spicy.
love spicy food. Yeah, young people love spicy food.
But I think spicy won that one.
You said okay.
I think spicy
Yeah,
won.
because
So
again, bland
we
food is
got to vote for
terrible.
Bland.
But
You see
oh
who voted for
wow,
Bland though, right? Pray for me, y'all.
now you know how to make her food for the rest of your life. Give her bland food.
Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me.
I'm glad you can see the chat because I can't see it. But
You can't
okay,
see that?
so are you ready for the next one? Nah, it might be my computer,
Let's
but I'm
get
not
it.
sure. But are you ready for the next one? All right, the next one. Would you rather question is, would you rather every shirt you wear be itchy or only be able to use one ply toilet paper? I know you said, what do those two have to do with each other?
Yeah, I don't
I
get the
would say it again.
correlation, but
Would you rather every shirt that you put on is itchy, or for the rest of your life you can only use one ply toilet paper? I know what that is, right? That's the you roll it up. You gotta roll it off more than two or
but
three
listen,
times because it's real thin.
that's what I was gonna say. There's a loophole in that. You could just use more tissue. I mean, you might spend more money using more tissue, but I'm gonna go with the one ply. I don't want no itchy. I'll be just itching all days. Nah, give me that one ply. Give me that one ply.
Man,
What about you?
somebody said one ply. Amy, hey Amy, how you doing? She said one ply. For me, I would have to go with an itchy shirt. My wife, hey, look. One thing I cannot go cheap on is toilet paper and paper towels, and I think I get that from my mom
Come on,
because she's
Scooter. You
always been like that. Man, no, and let me tell you why. Because my wife just bought some one ply toilet paper, and every time I go in there, I get frustrated. Like how many times can you roll it on your hand? Like and it still be thin. Like I can't. I can't.
so
Yeah,
you
I
rather just
can't.
be looking like you on that
Hey,
stuff. They gonna
I
be
have to
like
figure
they
out
gonna be at work
something.
like Scooter. They gonna be looking like Tyrone Biggums.
Everybody be whispering. Hey, I already told them if they see me doing something weird, just know I took the vaccine. So I would just have to blame it on that. I already told them. I said, y'all see me barking like a dog, just know I took the vaccine. So yeah, I would have to wear that itchy shirt
Blame it
because
on the
I hate
vaccine.
one ply toilet paper.
I'm gonna take that one ply. Let's see. Let's see.
So they don't have to think I'm on no type of drugs
Scooter,
or
I think
nothing.
we got one ply.
Oh Lord, y'all eating bland food
Oh
and
man.
one ply toilet. I'm praying for y'all household.
He said this man said he don't know the he said he don't know the difference.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh man, this guy must be privileged. He must have had the greatest stuff for all his life. Oh Jesus. one-ply toilet tissue is very. You know what? I wish I could go to my restroom right now. I would go
Go
get
to
you a piece of it so you can see it.
you just gotta roll it,
Keep
roll it till it's
rolling.
thick enough, man.
Everybody, get your roll on.
You gonna use
That's
a
what you
whole
gonna be
roll.
doing
You gonna use a whole roll in like a day, but
in one setting.
at least
I
you
don't
ain't
need that
walking
in my
around
life.
itching.
Yeah, and yeah. I mean, I guess I honestly would go with a one-ply toilet paper, but I can't stand it. I hate it. Like I hate it.
No, no, no,
Like it's.
no, no, no.
I guess it's just the way I grew up.
It
Like I'm used to. Like I hate when people have thin paper towels and you have to use more than one. It's like, come on, man. My mom has always gone to Sam's Club and bought a whole pack. Like that's one thing she may run out of everything else. She's never going to run out of toilet paper and paper towels.
okay.
I'm telling you right now,
I
she
know
probably
it.
has 2 or 3 big packs at her house. So you know where to
I
go,
know where
huh?
to go the next time the pandemic hits and the people run to go get toiletries.
Man. Hey, that was the scariest part when that was, when I was running around buying all the tissue. I'm like, man, I hope I don't get stuck buying the one
It's
ply.
gonna be all
One
one
good thing
ply.
about it was like right before the pandemic had hit, right before the pandemic had hit, um, we had just bought a big pack from Sam's. So I was okay where everybody was running around, stealing toilet paper. And I was like, I'm good. We're good over here. So, But yeah, I can't stand one
So
ply
y'all
toilet
wasn't
paper, but
tripping.
I
Y'all
guess I
wasn't
would have to
tripping.
go with that
Y'all
one.
was
That's
already stocked up.
more realistic. No, we was on that and paper towels. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like it. All right, y'all ready for the next one?
Let's
All
get it.
right. Would you rather have to read out loud everything you say or sing everything you say? Would you rather
Wait,
have to
or sing?
sing? Would you rather have to read everything out loud that you say, or you have to sing everything you say? It's the same question, but two different questions, really. Because everything you say, you would have to sing, or everything that
Uh,
you read, you would have to say it out loud.
so so anytime I talk, I would have to sing it.
Yes.
No, I can't do that. Well, I was about to say, this is what I'm thinking. If I'm trying to be stern to my kids and I'm sitting up here singing, I don't know how I don't know how they gonna take that. Like, but then there are some songs I heard that people be singing real hard, and they be sounding like. But okay, everything you read, you have to say it out. You have to read it out loud.
Yes, sir.
I man, that's I don't. I guess I would have to go with sing every time I talk.
My auntie said read out loud. Simone said read everything out loud. Woo wee. So what you say again, Carl?
Sing, sing everything I talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know because I don't saying out loud everything you read. I don't see the
Think about it. Everything you read, you gotta say it out loud. Or you gotta sing everything you
well.
say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with sing everything I say because I
Okay.
might read some stuff that probably not inappropriate, but like it might be like curse words or something. I don't want people to think I'm sitting up here cursing or something. Like
So
what if I just scroll past the article and I just briefly like if I'm just reading like a sentence, like I just gotta blurt it out loud.
yeah, somebody may think you a little loony.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, they're gonna think I'm crazy if I'm singing every time I talk to, right?
Music is forever and it's universal. And so
Not
people
when you sing. Not when you sing like me, Scooter.
hey, but even if you can't sing, people will eventually catch on to what you're doing and be like, oh, he's singing again. Or they will sing along with you.
Oh yeah, he crazy. Oh yeah, he crazy. That's what they gonna say.
If I had to read everything out loud that I'm reading, or we read text messages. Think about it. Every text message you get, you gotta read out loud, no matter where you are. That would be a little crazy. Sometimes I get some text
I
messages.
probably would just like. I probably would cheat, and every time I get ready to go read something, I just like make sure I'm by myself.
Good point.
Like just get up before I look at my phone. Just get up and go to the bathroom or something. Like,
Somebody walking in that bathroom, you read out loud. Oh man,
yeah,
that's
but
well, y'all already know I would sing everything. I be wishing sometimes life was like
that's what I was about to say, Scooter.
I be wishing sometimes life was like a musical. You know how they just start singing? That's what I would do.
That's what I was. When you first said the Scooter, I was about to say you cheated, man, because you can. Everybody know you can sing. So like, if you walk around singing and I'm walking around singing, that's two totally different things. Like they gonna enjoy yours. They gonna be looking at me like,
Hey,
would you
mine
shut up?
get a little annoying. Even my wife, she'd be like, "Would you shut up?" So
Yeah, but at least you can hold a tune. I be over here sounding like Scooby Doo.
eventually, you they'll like it. Okay, so I'm not sure what people saying in the chat, but I'm gonna move on.
We got one sing and one nope, which I don't know what that's referring to.
Oh man, your wife said neither one. That's what that means.
Oh, none
Ain't
of the above.
chilling for the rest of your days.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so let's move on. We almost done. We on number 4. Number 4. Would you rather be able to see into your future 10 minutes or see into someone else's future 10 minutes?
Why I want to see in somebody else's future? I'm trying to think of what good it would do me to see into somebody else's future. Uh, Unless it was like my wife or my kids or something. I don't know who else future I would want to see into. So I'm gonna go with seeing my future.
Okay. For me, still hold on. I'm just not saying what Stephen Thompson wrote. He said you better not read everything out loud. I'm sorry, that's hilarious to me. Oh man. Okay, so for me, I would see into someone else's future. Let me tell you why. Because if I can see
Yeah,
into
tell me.
I can tell them what's going to happen. Now I know, most people would, which I probably would end up dabbling in, charging for it. Hey, you come to me, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the next few minutes. But if some harm was coming somebody's way, I feel like I would be able to help them. like almost, I guess it would be more of a premonition like type of thing where I can tell them, hey, this is about to happen, so move over this way or don't go that way. But I definitely would eventually charge.
But what if you could see into somebody's future, but you can't alter it? So if you could see them for they get hit by a bus, but no matter what you do,
hey,
they still gonna get hit by that bus.
I still would charge. Let me tell you why. I could tell them it's time to hey, repent because your days.
You better it's time to repent.
You only got 10 minutes. I'm
They gonna think you crazy though.
Oh,
wait, what is he saying? What?
I'm sorry. Or you, man.
You be like, listen. I know you think I'm crazy, but you better repent and confess Jesus right now, because it's about to be over for you. They're gonna be like, man, yo, get this crazy man away from me.
And all you need is a few people around when you done told that one person. So when it happens, they like, man, this man know what he talking about.
They gonna run from you when they see you coming. They're gonna be like, here go that man who be telling people they gonna die and they actually die.
Oh man. Give me that money.
I know if I saw you coming and I seen you tell somebody, I'll be like, listen, I'm finna go. Don't even come over here by me.
She gonna say that because I'm nosy. Hey, I guess I am a little bit nosy. I am. You know, I've always been like that though. I just always been curious. You put me in a room, I'm going through everything in that room. I've just always been like, I'm going through the files. I be curious. I want to know how things work, where things are. Like my supervisor, I got a new supervisor. He came to me today and asked me about some stuff, and I'm like, I seen that over there because I've seen it. You know, hey, I can be helpful in that way. You know, so maybe I am a little nosy. I own that. I own it. But I'm helping though. I was able to help him with the knowledge that I gained from being nosy.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't think about it like that. I guess you got a point, man.
Man, me too. See, somebody else out there is nosy, just me. But it's gonna help you because you able to help somebody. Let me speak a word in your life. All right, let's move down to the last.
You nosy with a purpose, though.
You said what?
I said you nosy with a purpose, though.
Yeah, no, man, that's a good book title. Nosy with a Purpose. Maybe that'll be my second book. All right, the very last one, and we're gonna move on. All right, is would you rather be unable to use social media or be unable to use your search engine? Think about that. Ooh-wee.
I feel like this one easy though.
But it's different when you can't do something.
But I feel like I search way more things than the stuff I search is way more important than me scrolling on Facebook.
That's true.
Cause like I be searching like, how do you fix a hot water heater? Because I don't want to pay people to fix it. I want to fix it myself. like scrolling Facebook. I mean, I ain't gonna find. They ain't gonna tell me how to fix nothing. That's all I be searching for real. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, they can have that social media.
Dang. I want to hear what y'all saying in the chat, like for real, because I know, hey, they wouldn't be able to be on here right now if they couldn't get on social media. We wouldn't got another way, huh? Put it on Google.
That's okay. We can send the link out to everybody personally.
You right. You definitely right. So
we can figure it out.
yeah, for me, it would definitely have to be. I would rather have the search engine. You know what? I just use my wife's social media. Hey, the question is, say you couldn't use.
Right.
I need my search engine. Do you know how much stuff we research? Again, I was at work today and they was asking about something. I'm thinking YouTube it or Google it. Like that's my number one go-to. Like I'm gonna Google it
Give me
first,
that Google.
or you can learn how to do everything on YouTube. But it
Oh
takes
yeah.
a search engine for you to get there. So I would definitely.
Yeah, you
You know,
still gonna have to search it when you
how
get to
we
YouTube.
actually search. Majority of the time, I'm having a conversation with somebody that asks them about something, how old a person is, a character on the show, or a character on the show. I'm Googling it to see how old they are, how much their net worth is, or whatever it is. I'm Googling that
Right.
information. Or how to do something. I'm Googling how to do, or a diaphragm, whatever the word is, I can't even think of it. Diaphragm of something. I said diaphragm. Bring me back, Jesus. Bring me back. See, I was someone's future, and I was, no, just kidding. But I Google stuff all the time. And so I would definitely have to go with the search engine. I would rather have that. So that has been our segment of Would You Rather. All right.
Would you rather?
Before we move on, we want to say thanks to everybody who's on with us. We appreciate you all being on. Some of you all have been on since the beginning. Some of you all are just logging on. Again, we are Mannn, Me Too. It's still back there. Mannn with 3 N's. Y'all see them 3 N's? Me Too. And we are definitely, we're just a group, we're a group of men that we're trying to build a platform for us to speak on stuff that we don't normally get a chance to talk on. No issues that we don't normally get to speak on, and we want to build a place and shatter the silence and start a community of healing, love, and laughter. We want that for us as men and us as human beings all around the world. It's so many people dealing with depression. There's so
That's
many
right.
people with sadness, thoughts of suicide. So many men dealing with these things, and a lot of times it's because they don't feel like they have a place to release, or a place where they feel like somebody can understand what they're going through. So that's what we're geared towards. Even outside of this, if you all catch us on social media or catch us out in the streets or whatever, and you all want to talk about something, let us, like, I'm open to it. If you
Right.
need something, if you got sick, I'm a person that, and I'm sure everybody, if you ask anybody that knows me or that talks to me about anything confidential, I don't go around telling other people's business. So you don't have to worry about that with me. As far as you come to me telling me something you got going on, I don't repeat that to anybody. I may pray with you, I may even check up on you, but you don't have to worry about that getting out, because that was between me and you. So
Safe place.
yeah, we just creating a safe place for all of us. You know what, man? I just want to
Right.
say before we move on, I really appreciate this platform, and I really appreciate you, Carl, because first of all, we have built a relationship over this last year that has been amazing to me, a real brotherhood, and I really appreciate that. But this show alone has really held me accountable for the stuff that um, that I need to do, that I want to do, and that I have done. Because it's like I can't speak on something and then I don't do it myself, or you know what I'm saying. So
Man.
it's been holding me accountable to all the different topics that we've talked about, and all the things that I said I want to do or I'm going to do. Like, it's really held me accountable to that. So I'm so grateful for this platform. I don't know about you, but even starting this, I was so very nervous to even start this, open up with people through social media, and just to get on and be vulnerable enough to kind of share what's going on in our lives and have a conversation with others, even voicing our own opinion. So I'm so grateful for this
Right.
platform.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say ditto to everything you just said, because it's a lot of things I heard that I be saying I want to do this, I want to do that, and when it's time to take that step, if it ain't nobody there to keep me accountable, I will show tuck myself back in the shell. So same to you, bro. And, I was going to say something else, but I lost it. Dog it, it'll come back.
All right.
I can't remember what I was going to say though.
So again, we want you all to share this
Man,
show.
what?
Like, subscribe, send it to a
Share
friend,
it.
to a brother, send it to a nephew, anybody that needs to hear something on these topics.
You good? I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Somebody called me.
What? Okay.
You can see me? All right. Share this. Let somebody know that real men are talking about real issues or real topics, and they can join the conversation. Again, you can learn some stuff or you can share some stuff. We're learning from each other. We don't say we're experts in any of this or we have all the answers to any of the topics that we've talked about. Some real deep topics, at some point, and then we have some lighter issues that we kind of talk about, or some lighter topics. But we don't proclaim to have all the answers to it. But we do want to have the conversation about it. So I just want to say that again.
Yeah.
If you have any comments, concerns, go to our Gmail, manme2@gmail.com. Man, me too @gmail.com.
Right, Scooter, say it right, man. Say it right, man.
Right.
Tell them how to.
Also go to our YouTube @Man Me Too. On YouTube, you can find all our episodes. This is our 11th episode. You can find our episodes, and if you like and you comment, and if you definitely subscribe to it, you'll get any notifications that we're on. Make sure when you hit that notification bell, you click all, so every time we put up anything that you all are being notified. You can take it on, Carl.
Scooter, you keep making me forget what I was going to say, man. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Because you brought up, we not here because we got all the answers. I'm more of a person of, I don't always want to be the smartest person in the room, because that seems like an issue sometimes if I'm the smartest person. Not saying that I'm dumb, but like I want to get around people who know some stuff, because I like to collect best practices, and that's what we trying to create a platform where we get a bunch of bros together. Hey, let's hash this out, man. I've been going through this. Hey, maybe you went through it already. How'd you deal with it? Oh, that's how I dealt. Oh, okay, then. We collect a bunch of best practices. You do what's good for you.
Yes, sir.
And I can attest that we're not giving out just, if we do give advice, 10 times out of 10, it's going to be from a godly perspective. So, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10. If it's a real issue. Now, if we're just joking, I might crack you with a joke or something. But we like to have fun too. But yeah, we're just trying to create a community over here. That's it. I saw my bro Elder Cantrell in the comments too. I know they got a show too. So thanks for checking this out, man.
Sir. All right. So do you want to take them into the topic for tonight?
Oh, Scooter, I lost my notes.
Okay. All right. So I guess I can introduce it. You good?
You say you could what?
I said I can introduce it.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
All have experienced 2020. I know a lot of people probably tired of talking about 2020. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about things that we have taken from 2020, or we're going to take with us from 2020, and we're also talking about stuff that we're leaving in 2020 or we're going to leave. Because one thing that I have learned is we can declare it's a new year all day long. But if we still have the same mindset and we're still thinking the same that we used to think, then it's just another year. It's just
another day. Yeah.
You can go ahead, Carl.
and the whole thing of this is people talk about 2020 like, yeah, like bad stuff happened, but bad stuff happened all the time. It was a little more drastic this year than usual, but like usually you can learn something from every situation. Like it may feel overwhelming at points, but once you sit back and like analyze what took place, usually there's a lesson you could grab out of it. So that's kind of what we want people to reflect on, because everybody's like, oh, I'm so glad 2020 over and 2020 was so bad, but we had to have learned something through all of this. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't for naught, because I mean, even the Bible say he'll work it out for your good. So I mean, through all of this ups and downs, some might say just down last year, but what did we gain? What we gained something. What was it? And either we gonna take that with us, or we gonna figure out, oh, okay, I don't need that. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that back there in that year, because that's where that belongs. But the stuff that we gain that we can carry and help us move forward. What was that? So that's what we're gonna discuss.
Yes, sir. I'm with you 100%. Like, it's definitely certain things that we should have left into 2020, and we definitely should have gained something from it. And one thing that I know I have gained from that, going off of what you just said, was not always looking at it half empty, but maybe it's half full, and seeing what I can learn from that
Right.
situation. It was the coronavirus and COVID-19 was not the only thing that happened last year. And so it's like looking at the negative and the positive and seeing what can I learn from this, or even if you're in a negative situation or a bad situation, what can you learn from that situation so you can either grow from it? Because everything, I've heard people say it before, I don't count it a loss, I count it a lesson. And so if I can consider the stuff that I'm going through as a lesson, did I learn that lesson? That's the question that you should ask yourself.
Right.
Because guess what? When we don't learn that lesson, we have to keep repeating that same thing over because we didn't get it. It's not like, in some schools, they had the No Child Left Behind thing. They like, okay, they not getting it, but we can't leave them behind because they got to go on. Like back in the day, if you didn't get it, you got left behind, and you had to repeat that same thing over and over till you got it right. And so that's one thing that I really I'm really trying to take on, is to look at it and say, okay, it may be a bad situation, but what can I learn from this? Even when I get lost, like driving somewhere, I feel like it's for a reason. I'm going to either end back up in that area again, or it's something about it that I need to learn. And so I've been trying to carry that throughout my life, with all that has been going on, and just look at it as a lesson instead of a loss.
That's right.
Yes.
So you want to go first, or?
Huh? You can go. I've been talking a lot, so you can go first.
And we want to hear from y'all too. So if y'all got some stuff y'all want to input, what you've been through that you might have gained, or because even if you leaving it, you gain something from it, because you know that, hey, I need to leave that there. That ain't something I need to carry with me. So put it in the chat, and we'll pop it up there if we see it. So the first thing I learned through all of this is we need to learn how to live in the moment, but still be prepared for the unexpected.
Ooh.
Because, man, every time we go to eat, you gotta snap 8 pictures before you eat your food, because you gotta post it on the gram and on the book, and man, can we just sit down and have dinner one day? Can we just like,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool to let people know what you're doing and all that, but not every time. Like,
Yeah, people are missing the moment.
yeah, let's live in this moment sometimes. Like, let's not always be uh living for a post or a cool saying to put somewhere. But in the same time, we still got to be prepared enough to see when we need to pivot. Like in March, when nobody ready for what was for to take place.
Not at all.
Like 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 we heard about it, right? It's coming. Like it's over there. These many people sick. We just like, oh, it's over there. We ain't got to worry about that. Then the first person hit in Illinois. It's like, oh, okay, they closed, but they in Illinois. And then it's like, wait a minute, everybody getting sick around here. What? Are they shutting the schools down? What? They letting people walk? Like, bruh, we got to be prepared to. You got to have a plan for. I know it's hard to have a plan for a pandemic. Nobody's expecting that, but like you got to be prepared for just about anything at this point. So if the 2020 told me anything was you don't know what's gonna happen. Like you have no clue. So prepare yourself as best you can for anything. If the freaking ground crack open and houses start falling in it, then you need to be prepared for what you gonna do, man. Like, cause after yesterday, you don't know what's gonna
I
happen.
was just about to say that, bro. I was just about to say, sidebar, talking about anything can happen. Yesterday was definitely a sign of that.
True sign of anything can happen. So that's what I got.
It's funny because I always use that statement and say I don't put nothing past nobody. And
Nothing.
honestly, and I told them, people when I was talking about it at work, so I'm not surprised. Like I wasn't, and like I was seeing a lot of posts of people saying, "Oh my God, I'm surprised! I can't believe that this is happening." And I was like, "I'm not."
This is the worst day in American history.
First,
Like,
first of all, monsters
not
built.
right.
Monsters don't come out of nowhere. They built from somewhere, and our leader has been building a monster. He's been
For 4 years.
He's been allowing people to stand boldness in the stuff that they believe in and what they're, how they feel. And he's been vocal about it. And now they're being vocal and now they're demonstrating what it is. And so we used to have to guess how they feel or, go
We
off
know.
their actions. They're really showing us now we run this. They're showing us now that we can do whatever we want and we're going to walk out of here. We're going to go back to our lives. You all can't do the same thing. We're not going to tell you that. But if you all try to do the same stuff, it's going to be totally different.
Please don't try that. You know when you watching the show and they finna do some stunts and they be like, do not try this at home. That's what I want to get to the people. My people. When I say my people, I mean my people. Please don't try that at home because it will not turn out the same for us. Okay, just a sidebar.
And honestly, that's the sad part too, because we can peacefully
It
protest,
is.
or even if we go to the point where I wouldn't, but if some of our people went to the point where they were looting or burning down a gas station or a beauty supply, whatever it is, we end up in jail, or even just for peacefully protesting, we end up in jail. Somebody may end up dead. All of those things, but you can have people go climb up a whole side of a government building, bust the windows, get into the offices, do whatever they're doing, grab podiums. I don't know what that man was doing with the
Feed
podium.
on people's desks.
Yes, and they can walk
But
out.
that was just. What can we just talk about this, man? Can we just talk about how remarkably disrespectful this was? Like I know some of our protests have looked like tragic, like with stuff, buildings being on fire. But the fact that they had the audacity to run up in this building, sit at people's desk and put their feet up, and like it was too much for me to take in last night. Like all I could do was like I almost was in awe. Like, bruh, where do you gain that much audacity in life to be able
Well,
to,
you know nothing is going to happen to you. You can do that.
bruh?
A whole different outlook on life. We have a whole different fear. We have to fear getting our car going to work, hoping that we make it back home. You know, other people they don't have that fear, so they can go and do all of the be disrespectful, like you said, in a government building at the Capitol, and no, nothing's going to happen to us. They don't have the
Yeah,
same fear that we have. They don't have the same outlook on things like we have. They don't have the same insight like we have on things. So, you know, their insight is
so
different.
in my closing for my first statement, be prepared for the unexpected.
Yes, sir. And I also have something to say about what you said earlier as far as to live in the moment. I kind of blame social media for that because
Oh, for
people
sure.
else who are social I don't know what you call it, but people who are on social media now or have shows or have albums or whatever it is, you have any type of content that you're trying to push, that's the main way to do it now. So people feel like they need
Yeah,
to everything that they're doing, every highlight of everything that's happening in their life. And so it's causing people to not live in the moment, but it's causing people to post everything. And it's so sad because I'm starting to see things that shouldn't be seen on social media. Like everything is not for
right.
everyone to see. Now I do granted, like, you know, some of us need to push ourselves out there even more, but it's causing us not to live in the moment. Like you said, we go out to eat. It's okay for special events. You take pictures of the menu, you take pictures of your food, you take pictures there or whatever. But time you do something, you don't have to post that. You know what I'm saying? And
Not
so
every time, not every single time.
it's gotten so bad that we don't even talk to each other anymore at dinner. Everybody's on their phones. Like we're posting and we're scrolling and we're trying to see what's the latest news. We're trying to see what's, you know. So we definitely need to learn to just live in the moment. Put the phones up. Put the
Yeah,
games down. Put the computers away. Let what's going on. I feel like that's one of the reasons, excuse me,
right.
why people don't know what's going on in their families because they don't communicate anymore. They don't converse anymore. They don't talk about, you know, back in the day, everybody used to come sit at the table together. Hey, Junior, what happened in your day today? You know, what did the teacher say? Or how do you feel
Hmm.
about it? That used to happen. Now everybody get their food either to go to their room or sit doing something else. And we're losing
Right.
that connection and living in the moment. So I agree with you, my brother. I agree with you 100%.
And that's something that I personally want to do. Like, cause we like I'm not saying that I'm above it because I do it too, but I'm just saying
Yeah, I do
once
too.
this is what I got. Like we need to step back from all of that and do a better job at being more in tune in the now. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. So my first one is be more compassionate and less judgmental.
Okay.
I say that because sometimes I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. And sometimes we can come off a bit judgmental. A
Hmm.
lot of times, because of our walk with Christ, we can almost feel like we're superior or above others. And I don't necessarily know if that's something that I've come off as, but I don't want to do that. And if I have, I don't want to do it anymore. So I don't. I just want to be more compassionate to people's situation, the stuff that they're going through. One thing that I've learned is a lot of times we look at the what and not the why. So I'm trying to be a little more intentional this year at looking at why does this person lie? why does this person do whatever they do? Why is this person on drugs? Like a lot of times we just look at the what. Oh, that person is a drug addict, or that person is a thief, or that person. I think it's time for us to invest in one another, especially if you see value in that person, and dig into it and figure out why. Maybe we can help one another. Maybe we have some information that they can use. Maybe they have some information I can use. And so be more intentional about that. Have more conversations with people instead of talking about people. You know what I'm saying? We have become people that just do that all the time. Like we talk about the situation, but nobody never says nothing to the person about the situation. Like we do that in families. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to show more compassion and be less judgmental. What you got to say about that?
That's a good one, man. Because like it's a lot of times like you will talk about a situation that you could probably affect if you actually um, put yourself in their situation and like look at it like, oh, there's something deeper than what we just see. Like you can probably affect a lot more things, but we just sit back and kind of watch it and kind of just talk about it sometimes. And if we actually become more active and hey, let me reach out to this person. Maybe we can, you know, talk about it, or maybe we can, get to a place to where we're actually helping people instead of just talking about situations. But yeah.
And you just
So
said
I like
right,
that one, man.
affecting people instead of infecting people.
Right.
And that's what we do a lot. Even when you sit back and don't say nothing, or you say stuff to other people, that's adding
Yep.
to the infection because they can't get to that total place of healing or even acknowledgement because we're just sitting back. Like, I don't know, we have become people, and not just us, I'm just saying people in general. We've lost the community part of the relationship. Uh, we've
Right.
lost um, we've lost being able to step in when we can. And I'm not saying invest in everybody's life because everybody doesn't can't handle it. Everybody doesn't have
Right.
the capacity to take on what you may have for them at that moment. So you have to judge that and say, okay, it's not time yet. Or,
Right.
I give it to them at a little dosage at a time instead of overwhelming them with everything. But at the same time, it's like I said, the community part of it is gone. If you look at it, majority of us don't know the people on our streets anymore.
I was about to say that's what I was about to say. We don't even know
Back,
our neighbors.
we
Back
knew everybody on our street. We knew
right.
who. We just knew everybody on the street, and so we used to have block parties and everything. But nowadays, you either know the people to the right and left of you, or you just kind of wave. When you see them riding by because you get used to seeing them. But most of us don't have that community no more. Where if something happens, that's why people don't look like their children to be outside anymore like that because people don't even know who's out there anymore.
Right.
You used to know the people down there. So, yeah, I just want that community to come back, and I know that can only happen through conversation and then through investing and through investment.
That is true.
All right, my brother, you got another one?
Uh, one of the biggest things I learned through this, and it started off. It took a while because in the beginning it was looking dark in the beginning of all of this stuff. But the one thing I learned was don't limit yourself based on what your situation looks like because
Ooh, that's good.
when all of this stuff started, man, I was ready to just be like, bro, I'm for to find a hole, dig myself a hole, and go sink in that mud, and just be,
Wow.
hey, the world is shut down, and I'm just for to go hide out till somebody figure this thing out. But I mean, 2020 turned out like as far as like our business and stuff.
I was just gonna
It
ask
was
you
probably
about.
like our best year. Uh, so I mean, it ain't like we've been doing it that long, but and from what it started, what the year looked like starting, like it looked like in my head, I was ready to shut it all down, like shut the business down, save every penny we got. We don't know what's gonna happen. We might be bartering in a minute because the government might not exist by the end of the year. I, you just start thinking crazy, like the world for the end. But turns out, hey, people still want to buy shirts during the pandemic, man. So you can't go off of what you think, because you'll put yourself in a little bitty box thinking with your little mind, when God got a mansion you could be sitting in.
You know what? And that's the thing. Like, that's one thing that I have learned, and that I'm still processing. And it's not in my notes, but to trust God, even
Mm-hmm.
when outside of what we see or what we know. And that's just, I mean, that's what the Bible says. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Sometimes we
Yep.
base so much off of what we can't see, that when the unknown happens, or we have a fear of the unknown, we have a fear of what we can't see, and it goes into almost a lack of faith. And like you said, you'll
Yep.
find
That's
that place,
exactly what it
like,
is.
you almost assume, but you almost expect, well, this is just how it's going to be. And so, it's so easy to just get stuck in that place. But so many people's businesses thrived last year. So many, I don't know about you, but I saved more money last year than I ever have in my life. And so, I thank God, not necessarily for the pandemic, but I do thank God that I was able to learn the lesson. I was able to learn those lessons and be able to put things into perspective and say, okay, all is not bad here. There are some good things. Like, so
Right.
yeah, definitely living in the moment and not allowing things that you see or don't display what you want to do.
Yep. Because a lot of times, if we don't see it, it don't exist to us.
Yeah.
Even if we know it's a possibility, like we limit ourselves so much that it's like, yeah, that's a dream. Like that's what we make it. Like that's a reach.
Far
Like,
fetched.
and
Yeah.
or it's gonna take. Yeah, it's far fetched. Like, it's possible, but is it really gonna happen? Like, that's how we look at it. But
Anything is
if it's
possible.
for you,
Let me tell you,
right?
I'm trying to be deep enough, but the Bible says, and I was so crazy. It was so crazy when I
Go and
read it.
get deep on them. Go on and preach on them.
It says, if there are no ifs, anything is possible. When I read that, I was like, if I take the ifs out of my life, then anything is possible. No matter how big it may seem to somebody else or myself, or no matter how small of the dream it may be. And if I take the ifs out of it, because we always have a plan B for some reason, instead of just trusting God solely in whatever it is,
Always,
we always got a plan B. Well, I'm gonna trust him, but if it don't happen,
bro.
I'll do this.
This is how terrible we are. We have a plan B. We have a plan B to the plan B, bro. Because
Yes,
we be waiting on that to
we're
fall through.
almost anticipating that it don't work. And so, if we take the ifs out of it, just take the ifs out of it, then, and that's easier said than done. Now, don't get me wrong.
It is.
It's definitely easier said than done. But if we actually do that, then anything is possible. And when I read that for myself, I was like flabbergasted. Like, if the word says this and it's that simple, then I got to be able to make this happen in my life. And so, that's just something that I'm really, really, really trying to push forward this year, is, like you said, not getting stuck in what we see. because it's easy to look at what you do see or what you don't see and think that it's not gonna work. Think that it's not gonna happen for you. Think that the business is not gonna take off. Think that your body not gonna be healed. Think whatever whatever that is that you're ifing. It's easy to look at it and think that it can't happen based off of what we know or what we think.
And you know what?
The Bible says his ways are higher than our ways. Even his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And so we get stuck on what we know. That's why it tells us to not get stuck up on our own knowledge. But we get stuck up on our own knowledge, and that's what stops us. That's what limits us. So I'm done with it. I can
so we limit. We think something is so impossible that we won't even take the steps necessary to take because we're either one scared of failing at it or we don't even want to fathom the thought of us giving it effort and then it's still not happening. So we'll stand still and say, "Oh, that's far-fetched," but we won't even give the effort to see how actually far-fetched it is.
Guess what? Another thing we do is then when God used somebody else to do it, then we hate on them. Man, I had that plan. I was gonna do that.
I had that same time.
We gotta.
But you ain't take no steps towards that direction.
That's right.
You stood in the same spot and thought about how far it was when you could have been walking there by now, halfway there.
Yeah.
So we sabotage ourselves based on us saying that's that's too grand for us. I say this year, let's see how grand it is. Let's see how far it is. Let's start moving in the direction at least.
That's good. That's good, sir.
Let's at least start moving in that direction. Don't just stand there staring.
That's good. If we change our mindset from what if to let's see how far we can go in this, you never know where we can go. So I'm with you on that one. I had to take more risk on mine too. So one I will say, and this may be shifting gears a little bit, this goes along with it. Taking that risk and not allowing what you see to stop you is going to the doctor. That's one thing that I have gained in this last year, and I will take that I started last year. Last year, I really got serious about, realizing, okay, I'm getting older. I need to make sure I know what's going on with me. I don't want something to actually be going on, and I wait till the last minute or the last moment. Us men, we don't like going to that doctor, and some women
too. What's a doctor?
I may hear bad news. I don't want to hear no bad news.
Right.
Really got serious about that over this last year, and so that's something that I will take with me, and I hope that I continue to take that throughout my life. I just want to make sure that I'm checking up on myself. We talked about it some episodes ago, going to get that tune-up. I can't drive this Maserati around and not go get no tune-up. I can't drive this car around and not go get nothing to make sure that it's good. So, I want to
get no oil changes, your bad tires. You got
exactly
your brakes squeaking. And it's funny that you say that. I think I got a doctor's appointment either Monday or Tuesday. So
come on, brother, you gotta go.
Pray for your boy.
Hey, one good thing with the pandemic is a lot of my doctor's appointments has been virtual. I actually like that.
Oh.
I don't have to take off work to do it, or you know what I'm saying. I can either be in the comfort of my home, or I can take a break at work and do what I need to do, whether it's my lunch break or my break time period. I can actually take that time and schedule my lunch break. I mean, my appointment for that time, because most of the appointments don't be that long anyway. And so, yeah, just making sure I'm good. Like I want to be around for a long time, and so the only way to make sure your car is going to be around for a long time is taking it in to get that maintenance work done. And so
get that maintenance.
That's how I'm looking.
maintenance.
Go ahead, sir. Go get that maintenance. Make sure that man is good. Yeah. So men out there in the world,
right? Y'all go.
Going to go.
Y'all make sure y'all take care of them cars when y'all be driving. Y'all keep them the tune up and the oil change and your brakes on there, man. Your body more important than your little cute car you got outside.
Right. And one thing that I learned is you can't look at the outside of the shell and expect for everything just to be good. Like,
right.
You know, you see somebody that's skinny and you think, oh, they must be healthy. And they could not be healthy. Or you see someone who's like extremely overweight, they may not be unhealthy. They may be fine right at the moment, you know. But it's like we can't look at, I said all that to say we can't just look at the outside and expect to know what's going on in the inside. Like, you know, you got to go do the inside work. You know, if they can't tell if you got coronavirus or COVID-19 just by looking at you. They got to go up and
looking at you.
Most craziest feeling in the world.
Touch your nose, touch your brain.
It's so uncomfortable. But you know, they have to go inside to know what's going on in the inside. They can't just tell by looking at the outside and saying, "Oh, this person has coronavirus." So, same thing with that. Same thing with our lives. Men, go to talking to myself. Go to the doctor. Listen to the doctor.
You talking to more than just yourself, man. We all need that.
So that's mine. You got another one, or you done?
This my probably number one, based off of just the world right now. We got to learn how to love each other. Like, man, I don't care what you think. I don't care how you vote. I don't care where you live. I don't care about none of that, man. If we truly had compassion for the next man, that would go a lot further than you talking about they're socialists and they're they just want to tax everybody and they just want to give everybody give stuff away for free. Man, just love each other, man. Like homes have been broken up because husband and wives don't know how to talk about issues in the house, and the world is completely divided. Like when you go, you know the rule, like don't talk about religion, politics, and I can't think of whatever the third one is on the job. You really can't do that now because the way the world is so divided, bro, it'll be a fight up in the workhouse. People talking about politics and man, can't, in the words of the famous Martin, can't we all just get along?
That's it.
Just love your neighbor, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Show some love, give some love, take some love. You know, whatever, man. Because it's too crazy out here, man. Like at the end of the day, we all are human. No matter what you believe, what you think, like all this political stuff, it's just gone too far, man. Like
I agree with you, bro.
I'm done with it, man. Go.
I agree with you. It's just crazy how like when the pandemic first hit, and I think people were getting to that place because they had no choice but to be at home with their families. They couldn't go out. Nothing was open. So you telling me things have to literally all the way down for us to get to that place where we can really learn how to love? That's sad to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when things open up, we have so many other options of things that we can do. Then we're not really showing as much love as we could. And that's why I talked about having more compassion and not being as judgmental earlier, because we want to draw people to the stuff that we're doing. We want to have people a part of our companies. We want to have people a part of our ministries and all these type of things, but we don't have no love for them. we wonder why
No love.
our young men are going out here in the streets and they become part of gangs because they're feeling loved. And it may not be the right thing, but they're feeling some type of acceptance or feeling like, hey, at least they listen to me, or at least, I can be around that want to be around me. The Bible tells us love and kindness have I drawn thee. So, and it also tells us we can have all these other things, but if we don't have love, we ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
So it don't matter what you got. You can have the money, you can have the fame, you can have all of these things, you can have all of that, the clothes, the women, the meat, whatever you trying to have, you can have all of that. But if you don't have love, you ain't got nothing. And so
you could have the White House, you could have the Secret Service. If you ain't showing no love, you turn the world apart, man. It's enough people out here spreading hate in too high positions. Let's try to tilt this back the other way and show some people how to show some love, because all the hate that's been going out the last 4 years, we need to turn this around, man.
So I think that's what we're geared towards, being examples of that, being able to show love and not feel like, oh man, if I show this other man that I love them, and that's being feminine or weak.
I'm soft. Yeah.
That I want to show, not only say that I love you, but I want to show that to you. No matter, just to show you got somebody that's got your back. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to show more love to each other. But in their defense, anybody who's not showing love, I've learned that it's impossible to give it out that you've never received yourself. And so a lot of times we're expecting people to give something that they don't have the capacity to give out because they've never received it.
Right.
And some people don't even know what real love is. Some people don't know what unconditional love is. And so it's kind of impossible to expect them to give that out. So if you are that person that don't feel that you know what love is, don't feel that you know what it is to be in love, I say search that. This year, find out what it means to be loved. Get around some people that are genuine with you and that will tell you the truth. That's another thing. Loving somebody does not mean that I'm going to be your yes man. Loving somebody is not...
Say it. I was about to say.
Third, that does not mean that I'm going to agree with everything you're saying. The thing is, and that's what our culture of people have become, it's like, you only for me if you agree with everything I say. And as soon as you say something contrary to what I say, then you a hater. Or you ain't got my back. Or you don't got my best interest at heart. No, sir. No, ma'am. Like the Bible even tells us, he tells us, those who I love, I chasten. And that simply means to
chase it.
Yeah. That simply means to correct. Sometimes we have to be corrected. I'm corrected by my wife all the time. But I can't take that on as, well, you must not love me because you're correcting me in something that I'm doing or saying wrong. But that's what our society of people have. That's how we live our lives. That if you say you love me, if you say you down for me, you got to be my yes man. You got to agree with everything I'm doing. And that's one of the things that I got written down. Holding people accountable, holding myself accountable. That's something that I'm taking into this next year. I want people to hold me accountable. I want to be able to hold other people accountable. That's what this is about. That's the only way we're going to be able to grow. Because just like you said earlier, Carl, you said you used to have the mindset if nobody was around and you said you was going to do it, then you just kind of pull back on it if you didn't want to do it at the moment. That's how all of us are, so it takes that account to say, hey, bro, you say you was going to do this. What's going on? That don't mean I'm against you. That really means that I love you because I'm going to hold you accountable for the stuff that you said or the places you're trying to grow. I tell people all the time, we do not grow in the comfort zone. You can't get a whole bunch of stuff in a rubber band if you don't stretch that rubber band. If you just put it there, forget around what you're trying to put it around. And so, you just have to be stretched, and we can't live in that comfort zone, because when you live in that comfort zone, you get stagnant, you get complacent, and we, just live life right there and just think, well, this is what it's gonna be. And I want to grow this year. I want to grow all areas of my life, spiritually, physically, emotionally, in my marriage. Physically, we're having children, all those type of things. I want to grow. That's not going to happen if I stay in the same mindset and in the same place physically. If I never try to stretch myself beyond what I know or what I feel or that's why I'm going to the doctor, because I want to make sure I'm good. I don't want my wife to have to worry about planning a funeral or how she's going to live life without me because I was too stubborn to go and get myself checked out. You know what I'm saying? So I allow her to hold me accountable.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I love you, but I gotta correct you. That don't mean that's
so I'm a quote my uncle, the great Bishop Davis. Love and truth got to travel together, because one without the other is abuse, man.
That's good.
He tell us that all the time.
That's good, sir. Love and truth travel together.
You think because somebody, oh yeah, you good. You think that's love, but somebody who's really telling you, hey man, that ain't it. That ain't it, man. Like that's love, because they could be helping you keep your tail out of a box or another box in the ground. Like,
Right.
So love don't always feel good. It ain't gonna always feel good.
Ooh-wee, you need to put that on a shirt. Not all.
It ain't gonna always feel good, man.
Ooh-wee.
But if you know the person and their intent and how they really view you, you can tell if it's coming from a genuine place of love and not just, oh, they hating on me now. They hate. Everybody ain't hating, bro. Some people just want to
earlier in actually investing in people and talking to people, because that's how you learn if this person is genuine or not. That's how you learn the person's character, when you can say, okay, now I know that this person is really for me. But we can't judge that if we communicate. We can't gauge that if we don't open ourselves up, so yes, sir.
And another thing is like that take when you was talking, it took me back to like my sports days. Like you'll hear a coach like getting on the player, right? Like, hey man, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And then the player would be like, hey coach, why you always on me? Why you and the coach, you sometimes hear the coach say, you should worry when I'm not on you, because that means I don't care about you. You can sit on the bench. As long as I'm getting on you, that means I see something in you that I'm trying to pull out of you to get you where I know you can go. That's love, and it's tough. It's tough sometimes to take that, but
it is.
When people really see something in you, and they are willing to, because sometimes when you're tough on people like that, they'll back up, because it might hurt sometimes. But when you get somebody in your corner that you know is on your team, even when they having that tough conversation with you, you know that it's coming from a place of love. Like when they stop talking to you, that's when you should be worried, because it's like they gave up. Hey, you gonna do what you want to do, so go for it. So
that's good. That's good. When you brought up the sports thing, it made me think of on Netflix, Snoop Dogg has, well, he used to have, I'm not sure if they had any more season to it. They had a show, he had a show called Coach Snoop. And he took the inner city kids where he lived, and he made a football team with them. And a lot of times he would push them beyond what they, knew that they could do. And sometimes when people push you in life, when
Mm-hmm.
you know that they love you and they're there and they have, sometimes people can see things in you that you can't see in yourself. Sometimes people can see potential in you that you
A lot of times.
can't. And so when we have those people to push us, pushing us beyond what we think we can do. It's almost like a trainer. The trainer has invested time in you, and they know your limitations and what you can do. And you think you know your limitations, but when you look up, they done pushed you past what you could do. And so that's what real love is.
Real
And
love, man.
that's good. When you said you should be worried when I don't say something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-wee! Yes, sir. So many of us are worried about the people who are saying stuff to us, but we should be worrying for the people that say they love us.
And they not saying nothing.
I'm done. I'm done.
You can't say you love me to sit by and let me walk into traffic.
The destruction.
You can't. That's not love. Sometimes love is hard, man. It's gonna be hard, but you gotta be wise enough to be receptive to. Okay, that's my real brother. Like I gotta take what he's saying and really evaluate the situation because I don't. He's not the type of person that's saying something to turn me down.
Right.
You got to be wise enough to know who's for you and who's not for you.
Yes, sir. I hope y'all getting something from this because I definitely am. Like this is good. This is real good to me. You got anything else to say on that topic?
No, I'm.
Okay.
That was my last one. So whatever you got.
I got a couple more. Another thing that I learned, and for those who don't know, I had a whole episode where I talked about going through COVID-19, me and my wife. Like last year really taught me to cherish the moments I have with my loved ones, my friends, and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I want to continue to take with me. This past Christmas season and New Year's, I was able to spend it with close family. I didn't want to put myself around too many people, because of what we're in, the pandemic, and it's hard. But it's like, why put ourselves around all of these people and we don't even cherish those moments? So through all of this, I realized that life, I mean, I said all the time, life is not.
Scooter, you know why? So we could, why we put ourselves in these situations, man. So we can take pictures and post them on social media, man. That's what it's all about, right? It's not.
We got to get over that. It don't make sense to put out the picture, but we don't talk for real in real life. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even like this person. You don't even like him.
For? The gram ain't gonna be there with you when you're going through what you're going through. So I
it's not
moment because life is just not promised, and we don't know what tomorrow holds. So today, while I have a chance, I'm gonna cherish those moments, and it's so crazy. Like God been straight dropping people in my spirit, and I will literally reach out to them, either call them or text them or whatever it is, right then and there. Because we get a busy in our day, and you kind of forget, or you'll say you'll pray for somebody and you forget.
Why you doing this to me?
Stop right then and pray, or I will reach out to them to see how they doing. Yeah, y'all heard the saying, check on your strong friends. Like, we need love too. So, I've been doing that. Like, every time he drops somebody on my heart, I text them, hey, look, I was checking on you. You ran across my mind. I'm just checking on you, see how you doing. It's so many people going through so many different things. And if we look at the outside of the vehicle, going back to that analogy, we think that vehicle is all right. But that vehicle has maintenance, and so they really broken in the inside. But they can't tell nobody. They haven't told nobody. And so I want to value each moment. And in with my family and my friends and my loved ones because we just don't. And I feel like when you show love and gratefulness, it opens up room for more. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
If you do something for somebody and they tell you thank you and they show their gratitude, you're more reluctant to do it again. But if you do something for somebody and they don't tell you thank you or show any type of gratitude, you're like, man, no, last time I did that for them, they didn't even have the nerve to say thank you. You know, so
You mean like when you walking out of building and you hold the door for somebody and they just walk out like you the doorman or something like
that's
that?
so rude. So rude.
I just play.
That's rude though. Like I didn't have.
It is rude. It is rude.
Walk right through it like you say you the door.
Especially when you a couple. You know when you be like a few steps ahead of somebody, like, and it's kind of awkward. You kind of almost have to wait to let them, and they still just walk through like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, next time, let the door slam in your face.
Right, exactly.
That ain't love. That ain't love, though.
That ain't love.
I'm gonna hold the door.
They learn love. Next time they better say thank you, or they not got that door here over there. No. Okay, so I only got a few more, and we can move on to the stuff that we leaving, and we left in 2020. The next one is to feel my feelings. That's one thing that I've learned, and I'm learning.
Oh,
is to feel my feelings.
Why you doing this, man?
Hey, I gotta be transparent. Like it's not always the easiest to do. Sometimes we get so busy in our lives, especially as men, that we kind of put how we feel on the back burner. I'll get to that later, and we don't, and it just builds and builds and builds, pull up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning to feel my feelings and validate my own feelings, even if I don't feel like somebody else is validating them. Like literally feel whatever emotion that is. That don't necessarily mean you always crying or, but if I'm excited, live in that. If I'm frustrated, live in that for the moment. I'm whatever emotion you're going through at that moment, feel that feeling. Like, God gave it to us. He gave it to us, even anger. He didn't tell us that we couldn't be angry. He said, be angry, but sin not. So I can be angry
sin not.
Without, chopping somebody's ear off like I won't chop your ear off. I promise you I won't. No. But seriously, I just really been like, when I'm going through different emotions, sit there. It's a blessing in being weak. I'll put it like that. That's one thing God is teaching me. Because sometimes you can become so strong in yourself that
you take the power. Yep.
You set yourself up for failure when you can't do what you need to do in that moment. But if I'm weak enough to give my problems to God, trust in the strength that He has.
Come on now.
If I'm weak enough, I'm just telling you what the word says. It says, where I am weak, I am strong. So that tells me if I'm weak enough to live in that place and weak enough to give my problems to God, that He can be my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength, right? So if I get my joy from God, if I get my peace, the peace of God or the peace in God, if I get that from Him, then I don't have to walk around and act like I'm the strong man.
You ain't got to be macho.
Kirk Franklin said we need a strong God. He didn't say we need a strong man. We need a strong God. And sometimes we try to be that strong man. Almost putting ourselves in a place to be a strong God. And it's like, that's not what I designed for you. He said, cast all your cares on me, for I care for you. That's what he said. And so, but we don't do that all the time because we try to be the stronger. We got to save face. We gotta look like we got it all together. That does nothing but lead us to depression, to sadness, to suicidal thoughts or actions. And, you know, it's just not good for us. I don't remember what rapper that was, but not too long ago, his brother just committed suicide. And he got on Instagram, talked about it before he did it. But somewhere along the line, he had too much pressure going on in him that he wasn't able to verbalize or talk about with somebody before he did what he did. Because he was probably be destroyed. Like, I want to be weak enough to be strong in God. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
You gotta
be weak enough to recognize before you go jump off that cliff that, man, I can talk to somebody about this, man. I can get help. Like, yeah, you carrying all this stuff around thinking you strong and you about to break your own back.
Whew, okay. And my last save money for days. That's something that I started and I want to make sure I take on with me, because a lot of us live in the moment. A lot of times we find ourselves living, and I know you don't, Carl, because you're a saver and you you're very frugal. You be like, who gonna buy that?
I try.
Who paying for that? And what we need that for? And what's some of that is starting to rub off on me. My wife is something that she found doggone queen. They need to give her an award. When I tell you every day we got something coming to this house, they need to give her an award. Reward. Send something. But she'll show me stuff often and be like, you like this? And I don't even give the answer. I just, where's that going? Who paid for in my house that I'm here, and I definitely don't want to have to pay for something I don't have to pay for right now, or something I don't need, rather. And so rainy days do come. That's what I tell. I'm telling young men, look, get you a savings account. Start building on it. Even young women too, but I talk to, of course, more younger men than women. Get you a savings account. Start putting a little bit in there every time you get paid. It'll build. Don't touch.
Scooter, the key is get you a savings account without a debit card attached to it.
Okay, that's true. Because when you
make it hard to go get that money out of there,
and everybody don't have enough self-control to be like, oh, I'm gonna put this here and not touch it. You know,
right?
But it's important to have that because rainy days do come. Things do break down. That, you know, you want to have something to at least be able to get you out of the situation to the point where you're not either you gotta go face the fact and go ask somebody for the money, beg somebody for the money, or you got all this pressure because you're trying to figure out how to do it or how to get it paid for, or how to get it done. When you could just have something for rainy days. Like, storms do come, stuff break.
Right. I think we talked about this a couple months ago. I'm trying to be the lender, not the borrower, man.
Sir, we can't be the lender.
I think somebody said that was a promise to me. So, you know, I'm just trying to take these.
I don't know. Tonight we've been sticking with the word. I don't know. Something about what you said earlier. You like,
I'm just saying. Somebody promised that I could do that. So I'm a walk in there, man. I'm trying to be the lender, not the borrower.
That's good.
There's too many of us out here trying to borrow, man. Let this year be the year we try to get enough so that we could help somebody if we see them in need, or bless somebody if we see them in need. So yeah, man.
You know,
I want to be the lender, man.
Mindset too. Like, you know, because a lot of times I used to really have like, man, if I just had this, it don't always have to be money, but if I had this, then I could do more and I could bless some. Hey, I didn't change that mindset. I'm doing more this year. I'm helping more. I'm not gonna be used by nobody, but I'm helping more this year.
Right.
I'm sowing seeds more. This is just what I desire to do. I'm investing more this year. Like that's just that's what it is. So, we've been on here for a while, so let's go ahead and get into stuff we're leaving in 2020. You can go.
What I'm leaving? I, 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 I don't even know what I'm leaving. I'm leaving the negativity. I'm leaving the doubt, the 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 fear, all of that stuff, man. Let's just go for it. Like
On the same page.
at this point, at this point, what? At this point, after last year, what is there to lose? Like we might as well just go for it, man. Just shoot your shot, as they say. I'm about to be in these streets like, hey, baby.
I got the faith of
not a natural baby to a woman because I'm married. I only sleep with my wife. Okay, that's it. But I'm talking about to these opportunities and these. Man, I don't know why I'm saying this because it's something for to come up that's gonna challenge this.
You better know. You better know when we say stuff like this, we gonna be challenged.
I already know it's something that's coming up that's for the challenges this year. So, hey, time to shoot my shot.
I agree with you. I had some of those same things down, self-doubt and fear. Yeah. I just refuse to stay in that place. We all have those moments. We all feel, the fear of the unknown or what we, like we said earlier, can't see. And, Joyce Meyer said it. She said fear is the evidence of appearing real, false evidence appearing real. And sometimes we fear stuff and it don't even be real. Like, we fear that something is going to happen to do it. And be like, oh, that wasn't how that was going to be. So
no, we create a monster in our own head to scare ourselves.
We allow what we've experienced and what we've seen to stop us. My God.
Go back to that. What if there was no if?
Yes, sir. Now I know I said earlier I'm going to use more compassion and love, and that's true. But some people, I have to leave in 2000.
You gotta.
When somebody is not, they don't have your best in their heart, and they don't mean you no good. They're not adding to you, but they're taking from you. You gotta leave that in the past. You got stuff you gotta do. I got stuff I have to do, and I can't do that if I'm holding up somebody else's weight all the time. Sometimes you gotta let them walk on their own. I done guided your bike for a while now, but now it's time for you to learn your own balance. You know what I'm saying? And so some people, I gotta let you learn your own balance. You gotta ride that bike for yourself now. I done took those training. I put those training.
They'll never learn how to balance if you holding them up.
Come on,
sometimes you gotta love them from a distance. Let them scrape that. Let them fall and scrape that knee. Let them fall. Like they'll recognize it at some point, but
gotta get a couple bruises, After a while, you're gonna be like, I'm tired of falling. Like, let me figure out how to balance this. And so I've just made up my mind. I have to let some people balance their own act, balance their own bike. And so that's just something that I'm leaving in 2020. You got any more?
No, I got
okay. My last one is probably the biggest one for me. Procrastination.
Go ahead.
That's something
come on, Scooter. Why are you doing this?
I don't really make like New Year's resolutions and stuff like that because a lot of times we make those and we be back to the same old thing by February, March. We totally back to what we was. But I
think they said on average, people's New Year's resolution lasts about 2 weeks.
Wow. See, that's when I don't really make them. But I have decided to have to be like the word says. I ain't trying to be people again, but it says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind." We don't renew our mind, and because we don't renew our mind, we become what we see or what we're around. And so I no longer want to be like that. So I don't want to be procrastinating anything. So I made up in my mind. I started late last year saying, whatever I start, I have to finish. Whatever it is. Whatever I start, I can't go on to another project. I got to finish what I started.
Can I interject?
Yes, sir.
You've been doing good so far the last couple months, man. You've been doing good. I've seen it.
I appreciate it. So while we've been in the pandemic, I've been doing stuff around my house. I'm really proud of me and my wife. Like we've been doing a whole lot, and between getting the house power washed and getting our backyard together, we had a whole little party and everything. Getting our inside together.
Wait, a party in the pandemic?
We did. We had a outside party in the pandemic.
It was outside, y'all. It was outside. People were spread out. It was more than enough room.
But I've been doing work around my house. I got all my TVs on the wall. I redid my basement, redid the bathroom in the basement. Like I've really been trying to make sure that I'm not being lazy, but I'm trying to put forth some of the knowledge that I've learned over these past couple of years. And just being in this pandemic, I wanted to come out with something that I achieved. And so I'm learning the only way for you not to do it, for you to do it, is to get up and do it. That's one of the things.
I'm about to say, just do it.
Is
be like Nike.
The pastor of one of the churches that I do praise and worship at. His name is Ryan Neal. He just kind of talked about that for New Year's. He was like, the only way for you to actually do something, you got to take your mind out of it. And when you take your mind out of it and just make yourself do it, then it'll get done. Because when we put our mind too much into it, we're like, man, I don't feel like doing this. Man, I'm tired. But when you take your mind out of it and get up and do it, or, I don't want to eat that today, but if I take my mind out of it and go eat what I'm supposed to eat, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It gets done. And so the only way for me to not procrastinate is take my mind out of it. And so that's what I'm
going to do it.
That's my goal for this year. I believe in
that's good.
I believe in setting small goals to get to the big goal. So, I believe in taking the stairs.
Right.
Sometimes we want
baby
to
steps
on the elevator and move up the ladder real fast. But sometimes you got to take them steps. And sometimes you got to stay there until you get enough wind to go to the next step. And so before you realize you'd made up this whole staircase. But I've just made up in my mind, I can't procrastinate. I got to get it done. Whether I have help or not, I got to get it done. Not even just around here. With my health, my mind, my family, like my friends, like whatever that's going on, I have to just do it. If you put your mind into it, you're going to not do it.
That's good right there.
I got something out of this conversation because I definitely.
Hey, I got something. I'm gonna go back and re-listen to this myself tomorrow at work. Man. This is good.
I enjoyed it, like for real.
I'm gonna make my wife listen to this too, man.
I'm gonna make my wife listen to this too, because they need to learn. We are here setting goals. We on a mission.
That's right.
So again, hopefully you guys have gained this show today. This conversation, should I say, today. This was definitely something that I'm sure Carl learned something from. I learned some stuff from him and from the listening audience as well. We gotta love one another. I say every episode, it takes a conscious mind to build somebody up. Anybody can tear somebody down, but definitely takes love to build somebody up. And that's what we're geared towards, is building other brothers, other women, other friends, whoever, building everybody up, and getting them to the potential that they have. So that's all I got to say. I love y'all.
We love y'all. That's what I was gonna say.
Thank you to everybody who participated tonight. We love y'all. Man with 3 N's, me too. Love you.
Man, me too.
Man, me too. All right, y'all have a good night. We love y'all again. You got anything else to say, Carl?
Nah, just make sure if y'all enjoyed the show, share it, send it to somebody so they can listen to it, because you can find us on Facebook. Both of our pages should be live right now. But it'll stay on that page, so you can go on there and share it once we get off. They can rewatch it. And on YouTube, you can find us. Go over there, subscribe, like it, hit the notification bell so we can come to you. You ain't even got to come find us. When we post it, it'll pop up. And that page is Man Me Too. And if you want to send us a message or something, you could hit us on our email right now. We're in the works. We trying to get some stuff together. But right now, email is probably the best. And that's man with 3 N's, me too, at gmail.com. And you can drop us hey, change this, or hey, I like that, or hey, y'all be out there spitting that good stuff, man. Talk to us too, man. Don't be out here being mean. We just said we're gonna spread more love. So y'all got some love, drop it. If you got some of that hard love, we'll take that too. We'll take it. We don't think we got haters yet. So we'll take it. And I said YouTube, I said Facebook, I said Gmail. Hit us up, man. Instagram. What's your name on Instagram?
This show.
Huh?
I mean, people see it, but I'm Scooter Lamont, guys.
Yeah. What? I'm Carl. Carl D. Okay. Wait. I'm Carl. Proper name Carl. Okay.
Carl.
My family called me Carl. There's just black people for you.
Oh, man.
You can find my bro on all social media as Scooter Lamont. That boy can sing.
Oh, Lord.
Sexual chocolate, everybody.
Hey, that boy is a good businessman. He can make you anything you need.
Just about.
Any shirt you need. Got you.
Just about. There's some limitations, but if you could think it, I could probably make it. So.
Come on, don't limit yourself. You got. All right, we love you. Thanks again. Y'all have a good night. It is almost 9:00. Y'all have a good night.
Right. All right. See y'all next time. Peace.